All right, so we all want money, and for various reasons. But I think the best reason was written by Morgan Housel from The Psychology of Money. In that book, he wrote, "Money's greatest intrinsic value is its ability to give you control over your time." Now, it makes sense that we all want the ability to control our own time, aka be free to do whatever we want in life, whenever we want, and for as long as we want. But in order for you to accumulate enough money for you to have that in life, you have to have the right mindset about money. Now, by mindset, I mean your education, your personal development, and your perspective on life. Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad once said that many people are focused too much on the money and not on their greatest wealth, which is their education. And yeah, I really do believe what he says is correct. If you focus on your own growth and mindset, the money will come naturally as you level up. If you focus on money and ignore your personal development, it will be much more difficult to accumulate money. The analogy I want to talk about is having better and better tools. Let's say you are a race car driver. So obviously your car, the tools that your team has when you go to the pit stops, those are all super important, right? If you want to be a world-class entrepreneur or have really big financial success, your tools for making money every single day are super important. And it's the same with the race car driver, right? His car and the tools that his team has, they all affect how fast he or she is able to complete a race. If I'm a race car driver and I have a Ford Pinto and my pit stop crew has like the worst tools in the world, then winning a race is going to be a really big uphill battle. In fact, it's going to be so hard because I'll be competing with people with the best cars, the best crews, and the best tools. By focusing on your education and your mindset about money, you're getting yourself into a Ferrari, you're getting yourself better tools, a better pit crew. And yeah, when your tools are better, your chances of seeing success become that much better as well. So if you've ever read the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, you know that it's not enough to be in the right place at the right time. You have to be the right person in the right place at the right time, which is super true, right? That's three things that need to be right at the exact same time. And if you're not preparing yourself, then the chances of this happening are, to be quite frank, really low. If you acquire a lot of money and your mindset towards money is poor, it will quickly disappear just like it has for plenty of people in the past. We have tons and tons of celebrities, right? Lottery ticket winners. People have inherited a lot of money. Here's how the average person approaches money. They say statements like, "I'm budgeting and saving my money to put it into things like my savings account, my house, my car, and retirement." On the other hand, here's how the wealthy approach money. They say, "I'm building wealth and allocating money towards future goals like my savings, house, car, and retirement." The key difference between these two mindsets is a scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. You might have heard the same lesson before if you follow Tony Robbins, because he has also said,
"The more you can cultivate that sense of wealth, that sense of abundance in you, the more you can feel that sense of joy, the more easy it's going to be for you to do financially, because you're not going to be in this scarce, fearful mode."
So here's a lesson on mindset that we can all learn from. Take a look at what Dr. Tracy Thomas has said, who is a psychologist that earns over $1 million a year coaching wealthy individuals. She said in an interview with Business Insider that the term saving connotates deprivation of the things you really want to do in the moment. It's really not attractive or glamorous. We can see how this is true because when you're saving for something, you're usually sacrificing and taking away from another area of your life. So instead of saying that you're saving, you can tell yourself that you're allocating money towards your financial goals. Yes, it's subtle, but that subtle change in saving versus allocating really does make a huge difference. Jen Sincero, who wrote the book You Are a Badass at Making Money, has also talked about how language can be a harmful thing for your mindset. Take a look at what she has to say.
I, back in the day, realized that one of the things I said all the time was I can't afford it. That was sort of my mantra. I didn't even realize that it was until I started reading self-help books and studying this stuff. And so I changed that mantra from I can't afford it to money flows to me easily and freely.
This, you guys, is coming from a person who used to live on $28,000 per year to earning 7 figures. It might seem crazy to force yourself to say something that you may not believe in right away, but it's much better than saying you can't. Telling yourself that you're building wealth will immediately shift your thoughts and actions to move subconsciously towards wealth. It's sort of similar to if someone says, "Oh boy, here we go again," or "I've got bad news for you." When you hear those things, you immediately think of the negative aspect of that situation. Language is a great source of manifestation, and if you use it to your advantage, you can achieve your goals not just financially, but in all other aspects of your life. And then going back to Jen's example, saying that money flows to her makes her feel good and is a shift in focus towards how she can make money flow to her, right? If someone says, I've got good news, you will think of the potential positive outcome. And yeah, being optimistic about money is way better than thinking, hey, I don't deserve money, I don't deserve wealth. Because when you talk like money is limited or not coming towards you, it's very likely that that is going to come true. Oftentimes, what you say reveals your true thoughts and beliefs about money. For example, saying I wish is just another way of saying I'm not in control. Saying I can't is definitely going to hold you back from achieving that thing. Because if you go into the situation thinking you can't do it, then it won't be a surprise if you actually do fail. So yeah, being aware of the language you use is very important to being able to change your mindset when it comes to money. It really boils down to what you say can either help you or hurt you in the long term financially. And yeah, when I started realizing the power of what I was telling myself about money, I immediately became way more optimistic. I started to attract money into my life. And yeah, I remember one of the first things I got as a present when I started doing better with entrepreneurship was a money tree that my girlfriend gave me. It was from Ralph's. It cost like $10, but just the fact that I had something tangible for me to look at, something that's supposed to symbolize wealth and money, just gave me a little bit more of a push every single day and just made me way more optimistic. That money tree, as dumb as it sounds, really helped me overcome my limiting beliefs about money, and it made me realize I can make all the money in the world. I have the power to do that. Now, beyond just having that money tree, I'd say that the positive mindset towards money that I talked about earlier is something I did in the past when I would write down my affirmations every single morning. Everything that I thought about in terms of money, I wrote down on paper. And if they were holding me back from building wealth, I'd change it. This allowed me to be grateful for what I had, but it also gave me the chance to correct my negative thoughts about money. It really shifted my mindset to focusing on how I can make the positive affirmations I said true. Another part of my morning routine that was important towards my mindset was visualization. You can visualize the day ahead of you, but you can also visualize your goals. Napoleon Hill from Think and Grow Rich talks about visualizing your goals and programming them into your subconscious through auto-suggestion. So what I encourage you guys to do is write down a specific goal and give it a deadline and plan of attack, and then repeat it daily to yourself until you've programmed your mind. This is gonna have a tremendous effect on your subconscious and build a positive go for it mentality instead of a negative what if mindset. So now that we've talked about some of the more philosophical things about money and mindset, let's talk about some of the more practical takeaways that you guys can start implementing and doing right now. The first thing I'll say is you need to change the way you speak to yourself and others regarding money. And what I mean by that is you need to start using a wealth language. Stop using keywords like wish, want, maybe someday, stuff like that. Because when you talk like that, you guys, you're basically telling yourself, all right, the possibilities of this happening are pretty low, and it's not that possible that I'm going to get that. It also means that you're not confident when it comes to making money or keeping it. When you talk like this, you're speaking from a scarcity mindset, and you're internally telling yourself that the chances of this happening are almost close to zero, and I'm not really deserving of having it. So yeah, have confidence. Tell yourself, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna make things happen, I'm deserving of money, I'm deserving of success, and I'm deserving of having the best life I can have. The next practical takeaway is you wanna view your money as chess pieces. Instead of budgeting for things and like saving for things, instead we are going to allocate our money, aka play that chess piece. Of course, when it comes to moving your chess pieces, you're not gonna just move them randomly. You're going to be strategic in the different moves you make. So for example, I'm putting my bishop right here because it actually makes sense. I'm moving my queen from here to here because I actually have a game plan. And yeah, if you don't get your mindset right about money, you're just gonna have a bunch of pawns to move around. There are gonna be no power plays. Every single move you do is gonna be super basic. And yeah, if you want to live a life that is spectacularly financially successful, you're gonna need that intentional allocation of your money. And that boils down to being intentional with your words, intentional with your actions, and intentional with what you learn. That all will have a great impact on how money moves around you. And then lastly, we have abundance, okay? So the practical takeaway here is you need to think that there is money literally everywhere. A lot of people think money is super hard to make. I'm gonna continue trading my time for money for the rest of my life. And that type of mindset is just not going to get you to where you probably want to get to. Sure, there is a time and place for being frugal. I myself was super frugal for so many years, but while that allowed me to save a little bit of money, it actually hindered me from actually making a lot of money. And yeah, if there's one thing I could tell my younger self, it would be that money is abundant, money is everywhere. And if you think like this and do the right actions, you can attract more money than you'd ever think was possible towards yourself. This type of thinking, you guys, just really changed my life, and I hope that it can change your life as well. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about anything I said, make sure to comment your question down below. I'll do my best to try to answer as many of these questions as I can. Or another great thing is that we can actually have the audience collaborate to answer your questions. Everyone's take on the money mindset is a little bit different, so it's really, really helpful to get different perspectives. Oh, and if you guys haven't yet already, make sure to get your free stocks down below. I'm gonna link Webull and Moomoo. And yeah, they're both giving you guys a ton of free stocks when you sign up and make your first deposit. It's literally hundreds of dollars of free money. So that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. I make a ton of videos about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.